enjoy your final supper. And thus, well, we collect our rewards from the contract giver. And maybe, at the same time, with a little bit of luck, also clear Yennefer's name. Maybe push the blame of the garden's death into Morkvarg's shoes. Maybe. Probably not. Geralt tracked down one of Morkvarg's former companions who lived in Larvik. His jaw dropped to learn that this man, and not as commonly was thought, Freya's high priestess, had cast the curse on the infamous pirates. I still think it's a case of both of them casting the curse and together it ended up becoming the way that it was, but yeah. The man also possessed an object he claimed could lift the curse. Geralt took it from him and used it to return Morkvarg to human form, thus rendering him mortal. Geralt then struck an expert blow to hasten the inevitable end this condition implied. Clearly he felt that years of insatiable hunger were not punishment enough for this man's many sins, especially for he was 100% just going to return on the path he previously walked. And thus this requires us to actually return to the contract giver, who apparently has an alchemy shop right around the bend. Yeah, I think we could take a very quick shortcut. I think this was the lever required. This one would switch things around. There we go. That's what we need. Can I stop running around in place? Thank you very much. And
the floodgates open, but nothing's happening.
The floodgates open. The water's lowered. Sort of. The water's moving an awful lot. No, we're gonna move through. We're gonna meet with this contract giver right over here. Because I didn't really feel like going through the entire garden yet again. Well, let's hope they're home. Let's hope they're awake.
I know you feel better, but you're yet too weak to embark on a journey.
Hatred and strength.
But I don't want to overstay my welcome. Besides, it's time I went home. They must all think me dead there.
Fret not. I'm certain they await you.
Probably. Greetings. I'll be with you shortly. Hi.
Why does the goddess bring you here?
Brought myself here, seems to me.
You do not worship Freya.
No, but I respect those that do, including her priestesses.
This does you credit, but is meaningless as well. For Freya rewards and punishes those of other faiths and infidels as she does her own. Worship her and it will help, though it will settle nothing. What do you need?
Well, currently, I am looking to see what you've got on offer, but can you tell me about this temple?
Tell me something about this temple, could you?
It happened once that Freya lost her favorite white cat. She scoured the Isles and finally found him here. Freya's heart filled with joy, and she blessed this place. A temple was then established here.
Didn't know Freya was into cats.
Your ignorance speaks poorly of you. The white cat is the goddess's sacred animal and has deep symbolic significance. This temple is for those who seek Freya's help in finding what they desperately seek. Perhaps even you shall experience her grace. Scorn her not. Or have you friends so powerful that you can afford to spurn divine aid?
Not really, but I've learned that divine faith doesn't usually work out for me personally. But anyway, with that aside, I am curious to see what you've got on offer.
Mind if I have a look at your wares?
Because maybe you do have something that I would like to see, like travel between worlds and the leaves of Skellige and Freya. You know what? Sure, I'll take both. And I don't think you have anything else that I need. Nah, we're good. Thank you very much.
Farewell.
And in regards to what happened to your garden, I'm very sorry, but I do bring some good news, just that.
Greetings. What may I help you with this time?
Morkvarg, got a few more questions.
Well, maybe a little bit, but the curse of Morkvarg. I want to know more of your side of the story. We might have ended things, but I want to know, is it really just the curse linked to the amulet? Or was it indeed a combination of both being cursed by the priestesses and by the amulets?
The curse. Tell me more.
Archpriestess Ulva cast it. It bound Morkvarg to the garden for all time. So even if he is killed, he returns there.
Yeah, that we've learned. So, Morkvarg, what are we talking about?
Never heard of this Morkvarg. What is it exactly?
Not what, who. The worst man Skellige has ever known. He held nothing sacred, raided the lands of his own clan, took gold from Nilfgaard, murdered women heavy with child, and children he...
I know the type.
They said he feared but one thing, albeit secretly, the wrath of the gods. Morkvarg decided to prove everyone, himself included, wrong. So he came to Hindisfjall to raid the goddess's garden. This was years ago. Archpriestess Ulva stood in his path. He stabbed her in the breast and cast her into the mud. As her blood gushed forth, she cursed Morkvarg, and he transformed into a monster.
Yeah, I think I've run into him, basically.
Might have already run into this Morkvarg. He, werewolf?
I know not. I'm afraid I've never seen him.
Shame that. Was hoping you could tell me more about him, help me with my work.
You might speak with Toradar's son, Einar. He saw Morkvarg and his men descend on the garden. He was the sole pilgrim to escape with his life that day.
And
settled in Larvik. You'll find him at the landing there, provided he's not at sea.
yeah, we found him, and he was actually part of Morkvarg's gang, but yeah, Morkvarg is no more.
I'll come for my reward.
But can you be sure that...
Morkvarg's gone, for good. Guaranteed, or you'll get your coin back.
I shall hold you to that, Witcher.
And so ends the
You who grant us
story
love, hatred, and
of
strength.
Morkvarg. Well, all things considered, that went remarkably well. But for now, yeah, I'm on my way back to Yennefer. However, I'm not gonna be dealing with the strange beast. I am gonna be dealing with trying to figure out what the hell's going on over here. Because I've been running past it for the last few times, and now I no longer can ignore it. So who or what would be in need of my help?
Great and mighty Freya, help us fulfill the oaths we've sworn.
Give us strength and courage, swift hands and sharp eyes. Lead us.
Right, lads, let's get to work. Clear out this mine.
Greetings?
Who are you? Why are you here?
Could ask you the same. Places like this, usually home to necrophages alone.
They're corpse eaters, aye. And they grow bolder by the day. Crawl out to attack the living.
We'll kill them all. Clear the mine with our swords in our hands. Honor our fathers in doing so.
Yeah. If you're gonna go in alone, I don't want to assume your strength and whatnot, but I have a feeling you might die. Maybe I could help you?
I'm a witcher. Could go with you and help.
And steal the glory due us? No chance.
Glory won't do much for you if ghouls are gnawing on your bones.
When you think on it, makes sense.
All right. You lead the way then.
Yes, sounds like a brilliant idea. But before we go, necrophage oil. And I really need to meditate in the nearby future. God, I keep on forgetting it. Okay. We can do this, we can do this. I have to keep both of you alive. I don't like the sound of that. But we'll have to wait and see. So, boys, you said I would lead the way? This is not exactly seen as me leading the way. Ooh, there'd be a whole lot of necrophages around here. Greetings! And do I still have a cat potion? I still have got a cat potion. That will do, that will do, that will do. Ooh, there be a fair few ghouls. Oh. There be... Okay. Yeah, this is... not working. One of the boys died. A devourer. We finally found a devourer. Okay, can I keep one of you two alive? Oi. Shoo. Okay, okay. So much for the glory. So much for my glory. Okay, boys, before we go, I just had a horrible premonition that stuff was about to go horribly, horribly wrong. So, how about you leave me to do this? Well, we can do it together, but please do stay... I'm going right over here, fellas. Just be careful. This is gonna be very deadly. So, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. I am gonna throw a very nice frost bomb. But we take care of this devourer. Okay. Oh, get out of the way. Get out of the way. One of you boys is gonna die. Okay. How about we try this again? No. I need this devourer on my side. Okay. This. Oh, no, no, no. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Boys! How hard can it be? For fame and glory. What do you mean quest failed? I am leaving one of you alive. Why would this be a failure? Really? You guys wanted to die? This is your own fault. You want to finish the job? Go ahead. Really? You can't win them all. Those Skelligers are famed warriors able to hold their own in almost any battle. Those whom Geralt encountered near the old mine on Hindarsfjall seemed to be in need of help. They had sworn to clear the mine of ghouls and were plucking up the courage to do so, but Geralt did not deem it likely they would manage the task on their own, which he was totally right in. When he proposed his expert assistance, they hesitated at first, but ultimately decided to take him up on that offer. I am happy. You can be happy. I saved one of your hides. So, yeah. What do you mean quest failed? I helped you. You survived. Can I get my Devourer blood? Does one of you have the Devourer blood? Please. Come on. I'm desperately in need of it. This is the first time I find the Devourer. Yes! Finally! Finally, finally.
Where are you going?
Where I'm going? Where are you going? Why would you say that I failed my quest to help you out? Because I did succeed in helping you out. God, idiots. Well, fine. Anyway, we're moving on. There's still one beastie in this cavern. Let's take care of it. Let's... Oh, shut up before I kill you. God. Okay. Ooh. An Alghoul. Hi. Oh, did you really bring out your spikes the moment I tried to strike you? Get out of that wall. Come on. At least allow me a little bit of fun. Well, I guess I can't win them all. I will count this quest of mine as a success, even though they might not. Arbitrator. Is that any good? Please? Probably not. Definitely not. Like, seriously, this tiger sword is so much better. Ah, boy. Well, I'd say that was a fun side quest. I will very happily take the solace in the fact that I kept one of them alive. And he can tell his grand story of, oh, I killed the ghouls in the mine all on my own. See, I'm that kind. I'm giving you all of that glory. But be careful.
Where are you going?
I'm going to places where my actions and my services are at least respected. And I'm taking all the goodies with me. Alright, with that out of the way, let's return to Larvik, or actually go to Larvik for the first time around. We're not going to be distracted with a horse race right now. We are going to be distracted with at least reading the Noticeboard and seeing what kind of help people need. But after that, yeah, most definitely, we're gonna talk with Yennefer and see what kind of help she needs. First things first, find that notice board.
Well, well, well.
Request from the Druids, sons and daughters of Skellig. When you catch a shark, it is unbecoming to take only the fins and drop the rest into the sea. Such wastefulness is an insult to both gods and nature. The body of every killed creature, whether weasel or whale, has to be used in its entirety, to the last bone and tendon. Ermion. I mean, Ermion makes a fair point. If you only take off the fins of the sharks for shark fin soup or something, use the rest of the shark as well, come on. And request from Bringard. My son, Gudjon, fled the battlefield. If you meet him, kill the coward and throw his naked corpse into the sea for the fish to feed on. Well, okay then. Sure thing. Order from the Jarl. If you spot a Nilfgaardian ship on the horizon, return it to the village and tell me. Do not sail out against them by yourself. What's on the water around the isles belongs to all, and we will all plunder it together. Donar an Hindar. I guess that's a fair point. Gardar's death. Gardar, son of Hakon, died during the last raid. His breast was pierced with 3 arrows, but he managed to crush the bowman's head in his hands before he drew his last breath. His body is already buried in a barrow, but his spirit is feasting with his ancestors. Pour some meat on his memory, sometimes. Durata. Alright, but the contract. Morkvarg, we've already finished this one. Sons and daughters of Freya. Another year has passed in which Morkvarg plagues our goddess's gardens. Whoever musters the courage to eliminate this evil will gain fame amongst mortals and the favor of the immortals, as well as a prize from the temple's vault. It wasn't a big prize from the temple's vault, and I really hope that they will forget our actions and Yennefer's actions. But we've got a contract on a monster on the high road. I need a hero, a man favored by the gods, or a witcher. Anyone really who's not afraid to stand up to the ghastly creature what's been attacking folk wading or walking the main road to Larvik. A reward's been set aside. If you don't fear death and long for fame in ballads, come see the village elder, Thorleif, son of Bear Hogs. P.S. Sever, you stay home, you've done enough as it is. Okay, what has this fairy done? Because now I'm curious. But, yeah, first things first. Definitely gonna talk with Yennefer.
From the village, barren whore!
You best take that back.
You defile sacred ground. The gods will never forgive you for this.
Ye ain't welcome here, witch.
Is everything going okay here? Are you okay?
Always did know how to win friends.
I was provoked.
Yeah, fair.
Saw it happen. Wanted to talk to me about something?
Amos Far Ipsis, a specialist on jinns. Heard of him? I found a tome he'd penned in the Emperor's library. Far Ipsis set off for Skellige one day and was never heard from again. I asked some of the local folk. Some here still remember him.
You're after the Djinn, the book that we read. Okay, if I may ask, why are you even interested? Like, you think you can control a Djinn. Why?
Why are you even interested? Jinns are dangerous sometimes, and malicious all the time.
I remember. But the advantages outweigh the risks. If I can tame a Djinn, I shall gain incredible power. And that could be useful to us one of these days.
That is true. And do you know for a fact this mage actually had a Djinn?
You sure this mage actually had a Djinn?
His books strongly suggest he did. He describes taming one, harnessing energy from its power.
Okay. And do you know where we need to look in that case?
Know where to look? For the mage and the Djinn?
The locals say they last saw Amos's ship off the coast of Hindisfjall, just before a once-in-an-eon storm broke.
Doubt we'll find them then. Mage is probably fish food, and the Djinn escaped.
Not necessarily. But even if it is so, I'll not give up without seeing some evidence. Will you help me? I've no gold to offer in reward, but I shall be ever so grateful.
Well, I do think it is a bad idea to go chasing a Djinn. Like, do you know what happened last time? But I'm not gonna let you do this solo. I'll help.
Since you put it that way, fine. I'll help you.
Thank you. A boat awaits in the harbor. Come.
And I do have a feeling that this is somehow connected to what happened in the
See, you managed
past.
to prepare everything already.
I have.
How could you possibly know I'd agree?
I didn't. I decided to risk it.
Roach, please be a little bit more careful with the townsfolk, thank you. But anyway, yeah, you had a boat prepared to go to Larvik's harbor with Yennefer. The way that this quest is called The Last Wish.
Lead the way.
Just once, you might try to take the initiative.
Would you even let me?
It would depend on the situation.
Okay, I get it. But no, I'll let you take the lead here. You know what you want to do, I'm here to help. Theoretically, this be your quest, Yennefer.
You drink last night too?
But no, The Last Wish, we're hunting a Djinn. I do hope this is gonna turn out better than last time.
The ship carrying the Djinn sank somewhere in this area.
Not too precise as leads go.
I'll cast a spell on our boat. We'll know if there are any wrecks on the seafloor below us.
Alright, let's get to work.
Mind if I take the helm?
I got a choice.
No.
Thought so. But if you truly want to take the lead... This is what happens when I don't take the lead. But anyway, are we ready to go?
Getting in or not?
Of course I'm getting in. Let's go. Where do you expect me to sit? Like, I can't... I'll sit here. I'm not gonna take the helm from you. I have all faith in you, Yennefer.
Not sure this Djinn thing's a good idea.
We managed to seize one before. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Dandelion almost lost his voice that time.
How lucky your exorcism saved it. It was poetic.
Yeah, how was I supposed to know that incantation meant begone and plow yourself?
You
What?
should have studied foreign languages.
Maybe.
Gonna keep bringing that up for the rest of my life.
Of course. Your last wish effectively assured it.
My wish was about us being together always, not about you mocking my every mistake.
Careful what you wish for.
Clearly.
And when your wish is granted, you must accept it with all attendant circumstances.
Yeah.
And as for your missteps, I don't rightly see why I shouldn't laugh if they're amusing.
Very
There's something
true.
Here, on the bottom. It's too deep here. You can't dive that long.
You underestimate me.
On the contrary. After all, I asked you for help. I'll cast a spell. It will slow your heart for a time. You can stay submerged longer.
Okay. Okay.
Ready. Careful down there.
Yeah. Interesting spell. I'll certainly be careful. Do I have my killer will potion just in case? I should meditate. Alright. Yennefer,
How's
I'll
your bath?
be right back.
Water warm enough for you?
It could be a little
Jump
bit
in,
warmer.
see for yourself.
Seawater wreaks havoc on my complexion.
Yeah.
Just find the wreck.
I will, don't worry. Well, our fate... Ooh. Our fates might have been binded together. But it certainly does make life interesting. And what have we got here? Feels like all of a sudden I'm on an alien planet with all of this going on. Hello. How are you? I'm sorry for interrupting, but... You know how it is. You know how it is. I know how it is, and you're remarkably strong. Please go. Thank you. Let's see what else we've got.
How's it going?
Yeah, and you know I hate it when you read my mind.
Strictly speaking, I'm not reading your mind, but using telepathy. Besides, you've nothing to hide, right?
Wouldn't admit it if I did. Not the point.
See anything interesting?
Drown us.
Shipwreck in the cavern. I'll look inside.
But yeah, just because one doesn't exactly have anything to hide doesn't mean that their mind should become an entire open book for everyone. Like, that's fun and all. Oi, No. No, you don't. I am done with these bloody drowners. Shoo. I know I'm disrupting your environment, but yeah. Just because you don't have anything to hide doesn't mean everyone gets to freely pry.
Snapped masts, busted planks, and a whole swarm of drowners. Probably drawn by the corpses of drowned crew, then made their nest here. There's also a Clan Drummond figurehead.
Not the right ship. Come back up.
I will. Right after I make sure that there isn't any goodies down here. Again, you can read my mind. You know exactly what I want. And I'm not to leave some goodies behind. A black magic doll inside of a Arakas shell or Endrika shell, whatever. Interesting. And I'll take some buckthorn, even though it will smell. Okay, so clearly the wrong place. But at least they do have some treasure. Even though it isn't the best around. Alright, Yennefer, I'm coming back up. Alright, so, wrong ship. Let's see what else we can find. Are you okay now, by the way? Can't talk. That's fine. We'll just get on with our business.
Where to now?
Wherever the leads take us.
Hopefully the leads won't take us to even more drowners. But you know that's pretty much inevitable. Sirens could also be a thing.
Say we find the Djinn. What'll you do? Ask for a beautiful house? And a palace? And a queen's crown?
Are we still talking about the Djinn? Or have we moved on to a talking fish?
Doesn't much matter. Both make wishes come true. What would yours be?
You'll learn in due course.
Well, honestly, I'm really curious. Like, if you had the power to wish for anything, though at risk of possibly the wish going wrong and, like...
Something's here. Another wreck.
You've got this thing called a monkey spaw. With the monkey spaw corrupting any wish you got and whatnot. Like, wishes be dangerous. There's a reason they say be careful what you wish for. And right now, I wish that you know what, I'm not even gonna try and make a wish right now. I'm just gonna find this bloody shipwreck. Question is, where would it be? Right over here? I don't exactly see. I hear that though. Yennefer, you okay? We got some sirens. And I found the shipwreck. I was thinking it would be a little bit more sunken, but this is fine, I guess. Let's see. Anything here?
It's been here a while. Wood's rotted.
Look around, but be careful. Look for something that might indicate it's the mage's ship.
Like I see bones, but how do I know if it's a mage's ship other than, hey, this is magical?
A man's skeleton. Somebody pinned his skull to the deck with an axe.
Oof.
A death worthy of a Skellige.
Clan emblem indicates a Djinn man, so he was from Pharaoh.
So not what we're looking for?
Got something. A Skellige's buckler. Clan Hamai symbols.
Donar's clan.
Donar was a babe in swaddling clothes when this buckler landed here. Yen, doubt any of these boats were the mages. These are old sunken longships.
Come back then. We must search elsewhere.
We will in a little bit. Again, right after I take any remaining treasure, because hey, you cast a spell on me, I no longer have to worry about drowning. And I most definitely will make proper use of that. Well, hello?
Beautiful craftsmanship.
What do you have?
A war
A
horn.
war horn, bearing Clan Hamai symbols. Longship got a chest, really old. Must have fell off the wrecked longship.
Can you open it?
Hoping for pirate treasure.
I hope to find the Djinn. Try to open it.
See, this is why I snoop about the place. I will open it in a bit after I loot all the other stuff. If I can, like the seashells and elemental essence, the good stuff. But, yeah. An interesting war horn.
Beautiful craftsmanship.
What do you have?
A war horn, bearing Clan Hamai symbols.
But this chest, Please tell me it's not locked.
Now that's what I call war booty.
Have you found the Djinn?
Nope.
But I found something that could be just as valuable to me as the Djinn is to you.
Money. Because apparently I do have the salmon bomb already, and yeah, the rest, not so much. But again, we should work together more often. Most certainly. Like, okay, I still remain to be the kind of person who loves to work solo, but even I have got to admit that this works. And honestly, we make a decently good team. So yeah, let's try and see if we can find any more wrecks, shall we? Third time's a charm, as they say, so maybe today that's the same case?
You're getting better at this.
Even quicker if you helped me down there.
I prefer to observe matters from up here, most definitely.
Yeah, like when we were looking for the golden dragon and an avalanche swept us off the trail. Me clinging to the remains of a bridge for dear life. You gripping my waist, admiring the view. Remember? The chasm below us was breathtaking. Rustling trees, a lazily flowing stream.
I remember, though I found myself admiring what I had right in front of me.
Aha. Well, I thank you for the compliments. You know, now that we actually
Something strange about those rocks.
And there's something on the bottom. We'll see what it is.
Yeah. Now that we actually do get to spend a little bit more time with Yennefer. Okay, she's bossy, for sure. She has got her own goals in mind all the time, of course. Like all mages. But I can understand why we might have been a couple in the past. But anyway, search the bottom of the bay using your witcher senses. I see more sirens. Are you gonna cause issues? No, you won't. Are you gonna cause issues? You better not. Alright, we've got our ship. Really deep down this time around.
See something?
Something doesn't do it justice. A huge crater, as if a meteorite landed here.
Yeah.
I must see it.
Diving in after all?
No, I shall cast another spell to see through your eyes. Now relax. I su Volty bedem ein echte illivaid.
I do hope you don't mind seeing me.
That is no meteorite crater.
What is it then?
The effect of teleportation.
This?
A powerful force cut out a fragment of the seabed, rocks and everything lying within the teleportation zone.
Always claimed portals were dangerous.
I believe we're on the right track. Look for anything that might contain a Djinn.
Fine, but get out of my eyes. Too cramped in here for us both.
I su Volty bedem ein echte illivaid.
Okay, for a moment I thought everything turned green, but that's just the color of the sea life down here. So this crate is a result of teleportation. This teleportation cut a ship in half. What? Okay, don't mess around with teleportation. It again is proven.
Silver, pearl-encrusted cutlery. Ship belonged to someone awfully wealthy.
Amos was no pauper. It could very well be his ship.
Maybe. Hey, if this is indeed a sign of teleportation. Broken seal.
No Djinn here, but there's something you ought to like.
What?
Half a seal.
That'll do. Come back up.
No, that will not do. In the slightest. Again, loot, treasure. Let's see what else we've got. Some wet hides. Could certainly be a whole lot better. What are you?
Something cut this basket exactly in half.
Yeah. The teleportation. Can I inspect the ship itself? Like, I don't really see an option for it. I do see a body. Which I can't investigate. I guess that's fair. Alright, one final check. And then back up to the surface we go. Oh, and it looks like there is still even more down here.
Transverse cut through the pelvis. Surgical precision. No conventional weapon could do this, but whatever cut the basket probably could.
Magic. Whatever cut the boat in half could. Okay, so assuming this mage somehow cast a teleportation spell, I think we might actually be dealing with a Djinn, because is a mage capable of using magic powerful enough to do this? Because this seems like a very, very powerful mage. Which indeed means we're on the right track. We might indeed be talking about a mage that had ownership of a Djinn. Okay. Well, Yennefer, I'm not entirely sure if you can do anything with this information, but yeah. Where do we go from here?
Only found half. Can you do anything with this?
I can use it to locate the other half, to within a dozen yards.
And once we find that, we should find the Djinn.
Exactly. Ready? I'll take us there on the count of 3.
Hold on, you're gonna teleport us?
Not another portal.
Stop whining. 1,
Oh
2...
god.
3.
Said you were gonna go on 3.
I did. Look, we must search the area.
Yen, not so fast. Gotta tell me what this is about first. Why do you want this Djinn?
But you already know. A Djinn's power is priceless to a mage.
Yeah. But why do you want this power? This is not just about Ciri, is it?
That I know. But I also want to know how you plan to use it. Wouldn't go to these lengths if it wasn't something important.
You're right. It's important. Even very important. How long has this been going on, Geralt? This thing between us? 15, 20 years? We repeatedly split up, then return to one another. Something draws us to each other, but I can never be certain if it's a true feeling or merely a bit of mischief by a Djinn.
Oh.
So that's it. This is about my last wish?
You asked that Djinn to bind us together forever. I want to ask this one to take that wish back.
I think I understand. Because we constantly keep returning to each other, because we constantly have this blinking light relationship on and off, leaving each other back again, you don't know whether or not what we have had going on in the past is real or merely the result of magic.
I get it. You want to know what'll happen if magic no longer binds us.
I want to know if when the Djinn's magic is gone, if we've any magic left of our own.
That's really interesting. Yeah, okay, what if I don't want to? That would be highly selfish, for starters. Because if this indeed actually is a forced love between us because of this Djinn, and only one side wants to keep that forced love intact, no. I think I agree with your plan here, Yennefer. I'd say let's do this.
Wondered that myself many times.
You see, we're just a step away from learning the truth. Come, let's search the ship.
However, we should keep in mind that this is still gonna be very dangerous. Well, finding that ship wasn't that difficult. But,
Seems Amos was quite the eccentric, asking the Djinn to lift half his ship to a mountaintop.
He didn't necessarily. Djinns are inherently mischievous. This one might have granted his wish and perverted it in doing so.
In that case, I'd appreciate it if you didn't wish I'd disappear from your life.
yeah,
I've yet
please.
to decide how to word it.
Be very careful with how you do word it, because, yeah, you know. Also, look at this view, Yennefer. Also, thank God you've got magic to keep us warm if required, because, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, wow. One thing for sure, we did found the ship. Is it gonna be... It's gonna be cut in half. Wow.
We should explore the ship.
Oh, we definitely should. This is both epic and terrifying. Like, for real. Okay, well, this ship has been here for a while. Clearly no one will mind if we take some bits here and there, right? No one will mind. Look at me again. I'm steering a ship on top of the world. But yeah. To remove the last wish. Undo it. What would that cause? Interesting for there to be blood on the door. What have we got? Wine?
Nothing interesting.
No, clearly. Same with the scissor? Probably also nothing interesting?
Nothing here.
Nope, clearly. What about some proper loot then? Like, these guys played Gwent, and they only got a pair in Runestone. Alright, fine. Well, let's see what we can find below decks then. Because I did see something here, and I see a whole lot more here.
Interesting.
Very. Mystery of mysteries.
Mystery of mysteries. Agnes of Glanville.
Interesting. Among the many creatures of our world, there are but two that are able to draw and absorb the power, and these are cats and dragons. Both species instinctively sense the presence of magic intersections and often choose them as resting places, which is strange, for other animals avoid these same spots. Numerous theories attempt to explain this behavior, but none do so with thorough success. Some scholars claim dragons use the power they imbibe to fly, for as the natural philosophers have proven, no creature of their size and mass should be capable of lifting itself into the air using such meager wings. As for cats, there is a theory stating the power is behind their gift for seeing things in complete darkness. Others claim this ability is theirs by nature, and they use the power of the intersections for other, unknown purposes. Indeed, that all members of the Velidae genus are able to see beings from other planes, invisible persons and emanations of the power, has been proven beyond any doubt on numerous occasions. Interesting. And I do still have got 2 other books to read. I'm gonna forget about them, as I already have forgotten, so really quickly I'm going to read these 2 as well, now that we do have the chance. And I can always say to Yennefer that, I found these books here, I'm trying to look for clues. Of course she can read our minds and know that we are lying, but she knows us. The beliefs of Skellige, Freya. As is true of most realms, the predominant religion in the Skellige Isles has its roots in the prehistoric cult of the Great Mother, Mother Nature. On the continent, such worship has taken as its object and namesake Melitele. In Skellige, her counterpart is Freya. Like Melitele, Freya is represented in 3 aspects: Virgin, Mother and Old Crone. That of Mother is most common, and sculptors choose to depict her thus in her greatest sanctuaries in the Isles. There she stands, a pregnant woman draped in loose robes, her face partially revealed, her head bent and her hands folded across her breasts. A golden necklace hangs around her neck, and on it a large, pure diamond, Brisingamen, shines like a clear summer sky. Freya Modron, or Freya the Great Mother, is the goddess of fertility, love, beauty and abundance. She is also the patron of oracles, soothsayers and telepaths. Warriors pray to her before setting out on sea raids, and the wives they leave behind pray to her for their husband's safe return. Only priestesses serve the goddess. Men may worship Freya, but only women may do her work. Freya's priestesses, like the clerics of other cults, treat mages and sorceresses with great reserve. The center of Freya's worship is her temple on the Isle of Hindarsfjall, in the hallowed grove called Hindar. Worshippers place offerings to the goddesses before the statue, on an altar that incorporates a great stone basin surrounded by figurines of cats and falcons, her sacred animals. In addition to this temple, sprinkled throughout the Isles are other, smaller places where one can worship the goddess and make offerings to her. very intriguing, and I'm sure we're bound to stumble upon more of these little shrines here and there. But travel between worlds, wild hunts. No, running through many folktales is a common motive of travel between worlds. By way of example, think of Orpheus, who ventured into the nether realms to save his beloved Theodore, who, fleeing a hurricane, found himself in the drab and monotonous world of Zo, or Esila, who tumbled down a ferret hole into a land that had never been heard of. A land that had never heard of wonder. Esila? Like, I think there's a reference there. Elsa or Alice? Probably Alice, yeah. Also in this ilk are the many rural legends about people captured by the Wild Hunt, only to return to their homelands after years riding the sky with a spectral cavalcade. Academia has, for the most part, dismissed these tales as mere epiphenomena of human irrationality. I, on the other hand, always operate on the assumption that a grain of truth lies in every tale, and so have decided to make it my goal to find it. After years of research, I have ascertained with great certainty that travel between worlds was once indeed possible, though only to a select few. The key is the so-called elder blood, or rather, to use a scholarly term, the gene of Larvik, the powerful elven sorceress. By comparing her genealogical tables against all known folktales, I have been able to determine that she and her descendants were the archetype of the world's traveling heroes of many legends. The bearers of Lara's gene possessed an extraordinary talent which allowed them to move through time and space and to reach realms beyond the borders of the known worlds. The overwhelming majority of them, however, did not know how to control this. It would only manifest itself in extreme situations, pushed out by sudden bursts of emotion when the bearer's life was at risk. That is how the above-mentioned Orpheus, in shock after the death of his wife, could in fact journey to another world, which he foolishly mistook for the afterlife. The hurricane provided the pressure needed for Theodore, terrorized at home by his zany Uncle N, to unleash his talent and teleport to a free world from madcap antics. And if we read between the lines, we clearly see Esila was a prostitute and a fistic addict, and the ferret hole represents how, when she had reached rock bottom, she whisked herself away to another universe to get sober. Unfortunately for any future Esilases, the sad conclusion of my research is this. Lara Doran's line has been irrevocably cut off. The last bearer of her gene, Cyrilla Fionan Elon Rhiannon, heiress to the throne of Sintra, died childless many years ago. Okay. Well, that'd be interesting. But anyway, yeah, sorry Yen, I get distracted easily. Let's see what else we've got.
Wonder what this means.
That's the question. Like, is that just an incense burner or just a candle? Was it required for heat? Anything else? Also, I'm surprised the snow hasn't reached further in yet. Crochet boots. I'll take it. Let's see. Random boots lying about the place. You know, there's a distinct lack of dead people.
Nice shoes. Looks like the impact with the mountain was so powerful it popped the wearer right out of them.
Wow. That sounds gruesome. Oh, I think we found where they went.
Mage must have slept here.
I don't think the mage slept down there.
Blood. Someone was dragged across the deck. War left this mark when the ship suddenly tipped to one side.
Yeah. I'm gonna explore the rest first.
Wonder what this means.
Before we go lift that up, because I have a feeling that what we are looking for might be hidden down there. Elemental Empires.
Elemental Empires by Gian Battista.
Interesting. None of the 4 planes or dimensions, those of fire, water, earth and air, is accessible to mere mortals. They are inhabited, however, by creatures known as genies. There are 4 types, each corresponding to one of the 4 elements which comprises their respective essence. Each type of genie also counts its antithesis among the others. Thus, The Marites, aligned with the element of water, are opposed by the fiery Ifrits. The plane of Earth is aligned by the inhabitant. The plane of Earth is inhabited by the Dao Genius, and the dimension of air, which opposes it, is home for Djinn, whose name, incidentally, is the root of the word genie. This last term is often used by simple folk to refer to all creatures that inhabit the elemental planes, which is an obvious blunder. Unusually powerful sorceresses can sometimes bind such beings and bend them to their will, thus acquiring tremendous might to the point of near omnipotence. For a genie, being the living personification of an element's energies is akin to an almost boundless reservoir of the power. Thus, its master can draw energy from the genie for spellcasting, without the tiresome need to channel from traditional sources. However, those who are able to bind a genie are few and far between, for the strength of the inhabitants of the four planes is matched only by the cunning which they employ to avoid such a fate. So if one does succeed in binding a jinn, yeah, you've got a clever mage on your hand. Alright, what else have we got? Anything interesting? Probably not.
Nothing interesting here.
No.
Nothing interesting.
Definitely not. Spyglass and whatnot. No, which means if we're gonna find the second half of the seal, it's probably below here. Yeah,
Yen,
pretty much what I thought. Well preserved. I've got a dead body.
It's Amos. Looks exactly like the etching in the book. Except his head was intact there.
Yeah. Clearly got crushed by the bookcase, but do you think the Djinn killed him, or was this just an accident?
Think the Djinn did this to him?
No, it wouldn't attack its master. This looks rather like an unfortunate accident. When the storm broke, Amos must have uttered a wish like, "Take us away, anywhere, to a mountaintop, even." And the Djinn granted the wish literally. They had a hard landing. Amos was thrown off his feet and against the wall. The bookcase did the rest.
Always knew too much studying could kill you.
Clearly, that's why I don't study. Anyway, we will need to search this body for if we want to find the other half of the seal. Like, is this seal the thing that binds the Djinn? But it's broken, so I've got questions.
If he died while being teleported, seal might still be on him. Behold.
Bravo! Come to the deck. I've an idea.
Which would be? Like, don't take this the wrong way, but I'd like to know what you're planning before we do anything.
Colds preserved the corpse. Died from head trauma. Bookcase cracked his skull. Must have been a hard landing atop this mountain.
Very much so. To the point where he even lost his boots. And then it slid forward and... yeah. Quite painful indeed. Alright. Did I not lose you before? I did not lose you. How did I not lose you? Well, glad to have cleared up that error. Alright. All the way to the top deck, eh? Let's see what we have got then.
Step back a bit.
What are you going to do?
Summon and tame the Djinn. It's not likely to be happy. Stand at the ready.
Are you ready to tame a Djinn?
Rif kaishta engaya. Kaishta et disglair. Gevired me castle.
This is not gonna end well, is it? How long has this Djinn been here? Also a question, how the hell do we fight a Djinn?
You must weaken him while I draw him into the sphere.
Care to trade places?
How would I weaken a Djinn? Like, use silver I guess, but... also, I'm over encumbered. Okay, okay. You, friend. Please don't. I need to really solve this issue. I'm just dropping something. You, go away. I need to be able to move. Okay. This Djinn is a little bit of an electric bother. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, that works. That works. Are you gonna keep on throwing stuff at me? Yes, you are. Okay. I'm not sure how any of this works, but it is working. Sort of. Okay, as long as I keep my quench shield ready, then I'll be able to fight against these blasts. Come on. Come on. No. 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 Okay. And I can feel its strength waning right into my body as it's trying to pierce me. Okay, okay. Here we go. Okay. I think I understand its tactics. I think I understand its tactics. There we go. There we go. Just keeps me safe. Just keeps me safe. And then we strike. This is working again. Ooh. Okay. I really hope it won't blow me off of this mountain. Because it might. At any point. Okay. Okay. Where are you going? This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Have we ever fought a Djinn like this before? Oh, no. Don't blast me off. Don't blast me off. Don't blast me off. No, okay. This is fine. This is fine. You got it? You bloody well got it.
Your master died before uttering his last wish. I cannot capture you. We can struggle like this for eternity, or I can release you. If you do one thing for me. Do you see the spell that binds us? Only a Djinn can remove another Djinn's spell. Remove this one and you'll be free.
Storm's over.
And the good news, we're both alive.
Yes. It's all over.
Maybe we should sit. You look a bit dazed.
I'm not, but we can sit.
Are you a bit better now? I mean, we did beat a Djinn, but I don't really care about us beating a Djinn. Right now I care about you.
Feel any better?
I told you, I'm fine.
Don't need to play tough for me. That was a hard fight. Maybe not as hard as the last time we tamed a Djinn, but still.
No comparison, I'm afraid. Half of Rind suffered then. Now I'm merely a bit tired.
Clearly, we've gotten better.
Thank you for coming, Geralt. I'd have had a much harder time of it on my own.
Honestly, if I'd known what this was about, I'd have refused. Hell no! I couldn't have refused this. Never.
Well, never could say no to you.
Perhaps that will change now.
Feel anything? That anything's different?
I expected... I don't know what I expected, actually. A bit of vertigo, perhaps. I thought you'd become a stranger to me. That I'd look at you and not feel a thing.
But
it's not like that at all. Nothing's changed.
Huh. Sorry about it. No. No, no, no. We've gone through a lot in the past, and sure, I may not remember everything. A lot of my memory is apparently still quite vague, even though I do know a lot of things. But there is something between us. I think that is for sure. And after all that's happened? Yeah.
Jinn might have cheated us after all.
Why?
Because I don't feel that anything's changed either. I love you, Yen.
And I love you.
Perhaps our struggles will still remain and we will break up and come back together again, but...
Ow, what was that?
It can't be all sweetness and light.
In that case, let it be fate.
Strange. Done that so many times. But it felt like our first kiss to me.
It was in a way. Besides, once you say I love you, a kiss has to taste differently.
Let's not end on a kiss. I mean, maybe this is a bad idea, but hey. Where else are you gonna get such a nice view? But... no. We probably want to have a proper bed if we were to do anything like that, so... What now?
What's next? Got any plans?
That depends what you mean. We must find Ciri, and then defeat the hunt. But I doubt the world will end if we sit here a while.
Oh, it certainly won't. After all, where are you gonna get such a view? And such a view is always better with you.
Lovely.
Think the spirits of Skellige favor us.
Although Yennefer might have wished for the last wish to be undone, I do wonder if that indeed is what happened today. However, maybe the result doesn't matter, for true love will always break the strongest magical curse or spell.